Well, since there's more than one level 50 tournament, I see no reason to stop going for it. At the very least, the second is most definitely going to be more challenging than the first. But we'll just have to see how much more challenging. Right, fighting in poison right off the bat, so Neo's of course going to do quite a lot of damage in the first round again. At least we're looking at more menacing looking Pokemon than last time. They have a 1 level advantage over us. Not too sure what that's going to do for the difficulty here, but we'll see.
The battles get underway to the cheers of an enthusiastic crowd.
I'm pretty sure the crowd is drugged because they react the same way to absolutely anything and everything. At the very least, you'd think that they'd side with one trainer or another in a given battle. I've certainly known plenty of sports fans over the years, and even if the team they're most invested in isn't on the field, they'll cheer for someone in a given match that happens to be going on. Not that I was really expecting much from a crowd done in an N64 game, when even more modern games have a hard time making a crowd feel as real as a live one. It's just one of the first thoughts that came into my head here.
How's that? Oh, this Pokemon looks wrong. Wow, take it down with one hit. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's coughing!
Really wish there was another effing cough here, even if we've seen that nickname before. Of course, I'd also like it if the trainers we run into actually nickname their Pokemon, so I can comment on the names instead of either going with the lazy mix of letters around here that we've seen in Pokemon Stadium, or some random few letters, or just keeping the species name that we see in all the mainline games. Granted, that would be mildly annoying for the people who design these games, but considering the laziness of the animations for Sword and Shield when everyone was expecting them to really put in their A game for a console release, I have no sympathy for them when it comes to minor things like that anymore. Especially considering the sheer number of nicknames I've written for Pokemon over the years, with the occasional alternate if I don't want to confuse, say, a Charizard from Blue with a Charizard from Leaf Green or something like that. Anyway, looks like we once again have grass and electric, with some more poisons among the grass this time. I'm pretty sure Earthquake should get us through this battle.
Vigorous attack. Nail the weak spot.
Not as weak as I was expecting, since I didn't see super effective on that. It got the job done, though.
This is a wild one from the word go. Oh, it's Magneton. How will the type difference affect battle?
Well, it means his electric moves aren't gonna do anything, and we've got a one-move solution to him. The same move that took down the first Pokemon in this match.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh,
yeah, this one's in the bag, not that there was any doubt.
The Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
Funny, for some reason I thought he'd go for a self-destruct if he had the first move, not something like Reflect.
There it goes! Super effective! Wow!
Yeah, that Reflect didn't make any difference since that attack was just too damn powerful.
And there goes the battle!
Looks like we're facing the exact same trainers in the exact same rounds. They just upgraded their teams from the previous tournament. Not that this guy really did much to improve his Hitmonlee or Drowsy, other than level them up once.
promising. We're into round 3.
Here's hoping Razorleaf gets it done in a single shot.
Now, here's the first move. And the weak spot.
Okay! Then here's hoping we survive his return shot.
Awesome counter. Missed the target.
Well, it can't be that awesome of a counter if it didn't land. And just why didn't the Drowsy try to put us to sleep or some other psychic move anyway? Phyllis is explicitly weak to psychic here.
Oh! Is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Clefairy.
Well, that one's certainly going to be able to take quite a bit of damage before we're done here.
Different types of Pokemon. What now? Watch the weak.
Okay, so it's going to take 3 hits instead of the usual 1 or 2 for Razorleaf to take this rather large plushie down. And again, we have a counter thrown at us. Is that this trainer's gimmick? Just use counter over and over again? Well, that's certainly different from counter, that's for sure. Okay. Giving that win to Phyllis since he at least did some damage to the Clefable before that explosion. I know, a bit arbitrary, but then so is the whole scoring idea I had in the first place.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
Well, our opponents nearly knocked out Phyllis. That's certainly an accomplishment.
What's this? A decent hit.
Oh god, is Phyllis going to go down to a water type just because of some random luck?
Savage attack. That one hurt.
That's right, another battle over and we're up to 896 wins so far in the overall team score. And it looks like Phyllis is going to be upping his score even more here. Seriously, rock and water might have been troublesome to an electric type, but not grass. While it's been impossible to have absolutely every type represented in a given team, even from the first games, having at least representatives from grass, fire, and water in your team is generally a solid baseline. Again, such a shame that an awesome-looking Pokemon like Onix just doesn't have all that much going for it. Hell, just how many different universes can you think of where a giant rock snake would be something worth going oh shit when you see?
How will the type difference affect battle? Razorleaf Flurry! Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice.
Poor girl doesn't have any good choices here. Just goes to prove that even though a trainer can get Pokemon to a high level, doesn't mean the trainer themselves are high level. As if we didn't see more than enough evidence of that in the Game Boy game.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. There it goes! Devastating!
Another battle complete, and part of me can't help wishing that the Pokemon world at this point had more in it than mostly battles for the sake of battles. At the very least, this first generation run is showing me that while I enjoy some good fights, when fighting is pretty much all you can do and there's no real reason behind it, I just groan even more. But then I groan so much anyway that I'm pretty sure plenty of people feel that's my default state. Right, 3 poison types. No way in hell that Neo isn't going to be part of the team that deals with them. Possibly Kohaku for Earthquake against them, plus an anti-electric option. Phyllis as well, since there's nothing super effective against him either. Hell, we've got a lot of good options against these guys. Just a bit sad that in every battle, I'm probably putting more thought into our lineup than I am for the actual battles themselves. But then it's not like this is the kind of game where we need to think about securing certain bits of ground or using the terrain against our enemies.
Vigorous attack! Mighty blow to the word go!
Right, that's win 900. I somehow doubt we're gonna be able to make it to 1,000 before we defeat Gary in the main game, but who knows how high we'll get climbing the gym leader tower afterwards.
How will the type difference affect that?
I think we've exhausted most of the dialogue from the poor announcer here. It's not a terrible amount of repetition at this point, but it's pretty noticeable by now that he doesn't have much to say.
Supersonic! It's confused!
Here's hoping that confusion doesn't bite us here.
What's that? There, it's a hit!
Right, just one left in this battle.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Magnemite! The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
So one-sided that I can't find it in me to be concerned Neo just slapped himself in the face.
Neither one is conceding an inch. It shook off its confusion. There's the attack. Harsh blow.
Yeah, that Magnemite is not gonna last much longer.
What'll it do? A decent hit. Both Pokemon are exhausted.
Exhausted doesn't feel like the right word to me, considering how short an amount of time the Magnemite was out there. Though I suppose there aren't too many ways to describe being low on health that don't sound too gamey. I know I end up twitching a bit whenever the announcer outright mentions HP. I'm not even sure why, since it's not like the game is trying in any way to be that kind of immersive. Six rounds into the second tournament at level 50, and I don't think we've had any of our Pokemon knocked out just yet. I certainly don't remember any getting knocked out in the previous tournament, but maybe my memory is just getting worse or something. Anyway, with 2 ground types and a fire on that team, it feels like a good idea for Takanabori to be one of the ones who charges out there.
Field is thinning out. We're into round 6.
And I'm really hoping that we're going to run into that sweet spot of worthy opponent soon.
Now. Vigorous attack. A savage hit.
If it's not enough to take them down in a single blow, or at least send them into the red, I wouldn't call it savage. But maybe I'm just not familiar with how attacks generally go around here, since I've only ever seen our team in these tournaments, not anyone else's. Not that the game's doing anything to really imply that the tournament we're going through is an actual tournament, by letting us see even fake brackets as we go on.
What now? There, it's a hit. What a furious battle. Heavy tackle.
Well, that's one down.
Oh, is Is it down and out? What will the next Pokemon be? Oh, it's Diglett!
Right, time for Kawaku to start bubble beaming, since it's not like Earthquake is gonna hurt a ground type that much.
Still up in the air. Bubble beam! Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice.
Well, that was easier than the Lickitung, at least.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Ponyta!
Again! Really wish that we could gain a Ponyta early enough in the game that I could get a good number of gyms done with them. But no! It's always a late game thing because for some reason fire types have to be absurdly rare before you get pretty close to the end. Hell, some of the best fire types introduced in the second generation don't show up until after you've beaten the Elite Four. And from what I hear, the lack of fire types in the fourth generation was outright obscene.
How's that?
Well, that was certainly a close thing to knocking the horse out.
What's this? Boom! Sparks are flying in this heated match.
Kind of wish the other two members of his team put up this kind of fight. But once again, we've won a battle without a single casualty.
Yeah, it's a hit. Oh, it's down. And there goes the battle.
It probably says something that I just can't find it in me to give a damn about those perfects, and that I'm not inclined to ever use a continue if I get defeated in Stadium. Huh. Would have thought a Brenza would have been evolved into a Kadabra for this battle. Also, not really sure why the unnamed psychic trainer grabbed a Pidgeotto and a Fearow. This one should be tough enough to take down at least one of our team.
This is it, the semi-finals. No one wants to lose having come this far.
Oh god, why did it have to be a Jinx to start this one off?
Now.
I was less worried about Bubble Beam and more just repulsed by those lips when it popped up. Who in the hell thought that thing was a great idea for a Pokemon design? Ah, well, he's easy to take down, though I somehow doubt that Marbleback is going to last against whoever comes next.
One from the word go. Oh, it's Fearow.
Hope a Rock Slide will get the job done, but that's assuming Marbleback's fast enough.
Difference affects that. What now?
How the hell is he still standing?
Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon.
Okay, I apparently underestimated our own tank. I shouldn't be making that kind of mistake for our own team's tank. But to be fair, it's not like Marbleback has been tested to his limits like this in a single battle all that often. He's either standing strong or he's unconscious, not hanging on by the skin of his teeth.
A psychic blast! Yeah!
And our team finally loses someone in this tournament, and it probably says something that I don't remember if we lost anyone in the previous tournament when that was just the previous clip. Sure, I'm tired enough for things to be blurring together, but they shouldn't be blurring that bad for me.
The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The combatants are making sparks fly.
That's quite the jitter for someone who just got bitten. I think Takanabori outright sent him into a seizure or something. Hopefully being in a Pokeball puts him on in stasis so nothing goes wrong before the doctors have a look at him. I'm pretty sure I didn't comment on that in the previous clip, even though we outright had to have fought against this same Abra then. And I doubt they have multiple different animations for these Pokemon. I guess something else was on my mind at the time. Okay, 2 bugs, 2 waters. At least I think a Dragonair is part water. I know it's also part dragon, but I don't really remember all that much about dragons from the first generation, since there are literally only 3. Takanabori's Ice Beam should be able to handle that, though. It's certainly a better anti-dragon option than Dragon Rage, that's for sure. Anyway, time for the last battle of the clip.
Battle. Who will bask in the glory of the championship? They strike fighting poses. Here's the first move. A savage hit. What will the trainer do now? Hit the weak.
Definitely like that exchange rate for us.
Flying in this battle. First on Spivey. That's a good.
Yeah. The stadium battles have been very kind to Neo, and I don't see that stopping in the likely event we have a 3rd Pokemon Stadium clip in a row.
Oh, it's Parasect! How will the type difference affect that?
Well, since bugs are the only thing that can resist psychics on the other team, time to send out a pretty solid option against bugs from fantasy to science fiction varieties. Besides, Garm could use more opportunities to get some wins on his card, considering he used to be neck and neck with Neo for quite a long section of the LP.
Affect the outcome. Fire Blast! Perfect game!
You know, that animation for Fire Blast is all the more epic when it's a one-hit win, though it also tends to make a Pokemon that survives getting hit by that seem pretty badass in their own right.
Oh, it's Trevenant! The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
Right, does their Dragonair know any water moves?
What's next? The attack wasn't effective.
Thunder Wave? Well, I suppose it's a good thing I didn't switch to Takanabori there, isn't it?
It's paralyzed. The crowd's excitement is building over this hot battle. What's this? There, it's a hit.
Definitely ironic. I thought Taki was going to be our anti-dragon option, and the dragon has a perfect move to counter our water serpent.
What a furious battle. Combatants face each other. What now? Oh, the attack missed!
Well, that turn was a complete wash for both sides. Let's try that again.
In this battle. What's that? Yeah, it's a hit. What's this? Nail the weak spot.
That's 2 tournament wins for us, and frankly, the second barely felt any harder than the first. Just what's going to be the difficulty difference between tournaments 2 and 3? Because as much as I want to claim we're doing this well because our team is amazing, I have the distinct feeling they're not as amazing as I think, and we're due for a humbling soon.